Hello, welcome back to a new YouTube video. My name is Seakay and this is the channel, man. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe for getting the new video. It's going to be a reaction to why Amsterdam's building the new red light districts. Basically a new sex tower, tilted towers, man. Shit's going to be going crazy in there, man. I was just there like 2 months ago, but this time it's going to be insane. But yeah, for further ado, smash the subscribe button. Let's get to it.
Commissioned by the city government in 2020, it's a concept for a 5,000 square meter high-rise with hotel rooms, offices, bars, entertainment facilities,
This is gonna be
a store,
insane.
and a restaurant.
What the fuck?
When it's finished, it will be one of...
Bro, if you've been there before, yeah, you know that the normal like red light district's like a street. It's like a few strips of like road. Basically, they got like windows with people that do their work inside there, man, and the light is normally red. Because you know what happens with the red lights on, man. That's all I want to say.
Europe's largest and most advanced brothels. And as interesting as its design are the locations that it's being considered for.
Pussy selling.
Locations
Bro,
on the
this one should do, yeah. This one get the OnlyFans. Just grab them all and ship them to here. They can go, it's like a, I say it's like a boarding school for hoes, man.
outskirts of the city. So why did Amsterdam's government commission the design of this new
Wait, what was it
building?
again? On the outskirts of the city.
Considered for locations on the outskirts of the city. So why did Amsterdam's government
Yo, and I think it's
commission
gonna be
the
better for the
design
kids as well,
of
man.
this
You're not gonna
new
be walking
building?
around or too scared
Why
to walk around certain
locations
buildings.
far from its historic red lit center? And why are people so angry? Back in 2009, a Labour politician waited. The city was voting on a plan he had spearheaded, a plan called Project 1012. Named after the zip code of the city's most notorious red light district, it was designed to clean it up.
Why do you think it's so
Low-quality buildings,
horny, man?
such as window brothels and coffee shops, had to go. But instead of making new regulations,
Are they trying to clean
the
out the city a
lawmaker
bit
was
more?
praised for a unique approach. His solution was spatial: buy up buildings associated with crime and push crime away. The city government was convinced, and his plan would pass. Little did they all know, it would soon collapse.
Dumb.
Over the course of more than a decade, it would lead to the closure of more than 100 individual window brothels, along with tens of individual
100?
coffee shops.
What?
However, when attempts were
Yo,
made to
them
measure
new
the
Amsterdam
impact of
politics
Project
like this, man.
1012,
I
not
don't really
much
think about
could
it.
be found. It had a marginal impact on crime,
And basically the coffee shops where people go smoke weed, eat mushrooms, do whatever they want to do, man. Those are the main two things that sell the edibles, so everything that's legal in that country you can do, man.
and today the center's image as an adult theme park with shady edges still remains strong. But if there's one thing his plan did do, was that it created a rift among hundreds of sex workers in the city government of Amsterdam. One that persists even as the newest mayor picks up the mantle again and tries to change the center even more.
Yeah.
In 2020, the city government banned organized tours of the red light district. In May of 2023, bans on cannabis within the district entirely. There's also been mandated...
Bro, abandon cannabis within the district. Come on, you know that's not gonna happen, man. What are they gonna do? Arrest you if you're stoned or you're high walking through that street, or you just can't smoke through that street? We'll find out.
bar closures, bans on the sale and display of alcohol, and even ad campaigns targeted towards young to middle-aged British men. She and the exec...
Oh God, bro. Bro, here in the UK, yeah, a lot of niggas are horny. That's all they go to Amsterdam for. Oh yeah, I just fucked me a little shit. I just fucked me a little... Bro, all of them just horny as shit, man. Go to Amsterdam to pay for pussy. That would never be me, ever. Ever. All these lads holidays to Amsterdam, you know what they're doing, man. They're just getting straight some cheeks, man. Will never be me, ever. Never pay for pussy in my life.
executive body have even floated the idea of banning international tourists from buying marijuana in the city entirely.
Shut up.
She's also brought up the idea of introducing entrance gates to the red light district. This would create the first physically regulated neighborhood and a
Bro, if the city's surviving of tourism and you're banning the main product that they want to buy or they want to visit their country to buy, you're just going to destroy your revenue for the country, man. That would make literally no sense. The reason why tourists come to the country is for the specific leeway or the specific loose laws around certain kind of drugs. So if you're gonna sit here and ban the main thing that attracts people to the country, you're retarded. I'm sorry, you're retarded, shorty. You just, there's something not right in there, man.
To the red light district. This would create the first physically regulated neighborhood in a major European city. Not even Venice does that. But her most controversial suggestions started soon after her nomination in 2019, when she...
Oh, so for the building, it's not open to the public basically, so you can't just walk inside. They're probably going to charge you like tickets to get in or something like that.
Brought attention towards changing the rooms in the red light district again.
But what that's going to do is destroy and tank the amount of people that go there.
In Amsterdam, there are actually 3 separate red light districts. The most well-known is in the center, called De Walle, which has 249 rooms. But the other 2, and much less well-known, are the Singelgebied and the Ruistelkade, which have 63 and 40 rooms respectively. In 2019, Femke Halsema, the newest mayor of Amsterdam, presented 4 scenarios for the future of De Walle. 3 of those scenarios targeted each of these districts in order to reduce over-tourism. Her first scenario was to change window prostitution permanently. Amsterdam closes all the curtains in the Walle and Singel, while the rooms stay open. If a lot of the attraction to the red light district is simply to be able to walk around and look, take away what people look at, and you not only reduce potential tourists, but push the tourists that do come to other parts of the city. With increased digitization, sex workers can increasingly rely on getting clients via their phones rather than off the streets. The assumption is that this would just speed up an inevitable transformation from physical windows to digital ones. In her second scenario, Amsterdam would see the most radical change. All the rooms in the Walle and Singel are removed and shifted to other parts of the city. The number of rooms does not change like it did in Project 1012, but their locations do.
Destroy tourism.
However, because closing all the rooms in the Walle is highly unrealistic, the city government is going forward with Halsema's third and most realistic scenario. Instead of all, a chunk of the rooms in the Walle and Singel are moved. Although it's more realistic, the city government has not made it clear how large that chunk will actually be. But, different from Project 1012, Halsema has made the commitment that when rooms get removed, they have to come someplace new. At the start, the government considered 2 building types, a single-unit high-rise, and the second, a cluster of different multifunction buildings. They also commissioned research into building on a floating pavilion. The design is meant to anticipate for about 100 individual rooms for sex workers, and also other entertainment facilities. On the one hand, the city wants to model Pasha when it comes to size. Pasha is the world's largest brothel. However, it's not a particularly welcoming or friendly-looking building. So on the other hand, they also want to model the more modern, less sketchy design of Antwerp's largest brothel, Villa Tinto. But these brothels aside, there's a few things that make Amsterdam's new erotic center completely different. The mayor of Amsterdam knows that a brothel is controversial. This is why she hopes Amsterdam can make one with class and distinction. By mixing hotel rooms with painting courses, art exhibitions, and a debate center, the hope is that they can avoid designing an isolated sex palace. For an actual physical model, they commissioned Moog, a Dutch architecture studio, to come up with a design. The architects Gianni Cito and Jurgen ten Hoeve designed a concept that attempts to convert the linear streets of the red light district into a circular form. Inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright's Guggenheim, Cito won an architecture prize for making a design that repurposed 2 sugar silos into a cultural center with internal circular walkways. Jurgen ten Hoeve, the other architect, was nominated for the same prize in 2018 for his design of a collection of buildings modeled after a monastery. It was a network of buildings superimposed in Rotterdam that attempts to give an option for pedestrians to leave the busyness of the city. Together, both architects produce an interesting combination. You get a building that kind of looks like a parking garage with a continuous walkway that allows you to walk in the building as you would in the Walle, but circularly as opposed to linearly. Also, instead of a floor of the same individual homogeneous hotel rooms, it also attempts to recreate the network of the buildings on the street on each individual floor as well. To choose a location for the building, the city government considered 8 regions, and as of today, they've narrowed it down to 2 main locations, NDSM in Noord and around the Rij in Zuid. In Noord, Amsterdam would have to deviate somewhat from the original Mook design and construct a floating brothel. It's likely that it would be a ponton of around 100 by 20 meters, with 2,000 square meters of space for 5 total floors. 1 basement, 1 roof terrace, and with the remainder holding the rooms and other facilities. The government also considered repurposing a cruise ship, since it would already be readily equipped with rooms, bars, theaters, and attractions like casinos. However, a cruise ship has a large number of constraints, making it an unlikely option. NDSM's preferred location comes from the fact
that the craziest party you've ever seen in your life, man.
That it's a diverse, culturally rich neighborhood. It has plenty of room for additional buildings, such as for any needed security or additional parking, but it also hosts one of the largest flea markets in Europe.
But the main thing I'm thinking about is, after you put down all these different designs here, how are you going to protect these people? Because think about it, some crazy guy just goes in there with a gun and just goes crazy, then the whole country's going to be held responsible for creating that kind of situation where people are not able to escape. So your security's got to be like A1, man.
Has multiple popular restaurants and cultural attractions, and it also has a high density of mixed residential use areas. Nonetheless, NDSM has a weakness. Its most immediate connection is via ferry. Not only is that slower than other forms of public transport, but a ferry can...
The ferry doesn't even take that long. To cross the other side, it takes I feel like 4 minutes, man. It doesn't even take that long, man.
Only withstand so many more people. Amsterdam has considered building bridges to North, but it's unclear how long that would take or if they'll ever be built at all. So NDSM's main fault is its reachability, but NDSM's biggest benefit is that it's considerably hipper than the other section of the city that's under consideration.
Yeah. You get way more people at NDSM.
Zuid is the poshest and most entitled area of Amsterdam and offers 2 plots. The Groene Zoom, a 2,000 square meter triangular piece of land, and then a second, likely the preferred option, a 21,500 square meter plot of land owned by the city government directly.
Okay.
Unlike the singular ferry connection in Noord, Zuid has access to 2 metro connections. One that goes from north to south, giving potential clients from the center immediate access, and it also has a metro going from east to west, granting direct access to Amsterdam's business district. What it loses in being a hip and chill place to be, it gains in accessibility. It also has ample parking space. However, what both Noord and Zuid still have in common is that there are NIMBYs. Homeowners have voiced concerns about noise, criminality, and impact on children.
Because what I'm thinking about is they're talking about access with cars, but the reason why there's a lot of people that visit the main red light districts, because you can walk around. You don't have to drive far away into some area with some motorway. You just go straight into the city. Everything is there. So the first location is better, but actively placing the building there, it's going to be harder. So we'll see, man.
In the area, some sex workers have also voiced concerns about their own safety. According to the city government, the building will likely be a safer option than the status quo. Instead of sparse, separated buildings in an overcrowded neighborhood, a single building would have a centralized security system with a clear oversight over who enters and who leaves. The Erotic Center does what Project 1012 couldn't. It gets rid of rooms in the center, but without pushing sex workers into an unregulated underground. Also, unlike the Volle, which mixes tourists with potential clients, the new building is meant to attract primarily the clients. Some sex workers have complained that over-tourism has reduced their incomes because large crowds make actual potential clients too self-conscious to consume. According to the city government, a well-connected but more isolated building would reduce the attraction of the red light district for tourists, attract more clients than in the center, increasing sex workers' incomes, but it would also be quieter. Tourists are loud, but clients are the type of people who want to be private, and have as little attention drawn to them as possible. However, this is also where some more difficult problems emerge. The Volle, with all of its issues, still has a unique advantage. It has a lot of eyes on the street. In the same way that it may make some clients too self-conscious to consume, it may do the same for more serious criminals. And this is where you get the NIMBYs. Homeowners would like a building that's as invisible as possible. This is why the mayor has also promised a closed, isolated building that brings very little attention. However, the more isolated and quiet the area, the more concerns about sex workers' safety. Also, the city already has problems with the number of police and security. Since the Volle isn't entirely removed, by building an erotic center, you end up producing a fourth red light district, which potentially spreads an already thin police force even thinner.
Yeah.
So the mayor has had problems. She's faced...
Bro, playing politics and thinking about all these different strategies is actually interesting, you know.
considerable backlash at town halls, and she's had to postpone making decisions on the erotic center. However, since 2021, Halsema has had a majority in the government. People can postpone and argue all they want, but all three parties, GroenLinks, D66 and PvdA, have agreed. Be it an isolated building, cruise ship floating pavilion, north or in south. Some rooms in the Volle must be removed, and instead they must come somewhere new. However, a new erotic center may not even be Amsterdam's most controversial plan. The city government has also proposed replacing its historic famous public urinals with an advanced AI-powered urinal that comes out of the ground. The story is...
Anyways, that was a reaction to that very confusing video. But let me know you guys' thoughts about this video down below in the comments. Do you think they should go with the building or keep it the way it is right now? Right now I'm kind of 50-50, man, but let me know your thoughts below. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Catch you in the next video. Peace.